Hello, everyone. I'm a little bit sick, but I figured, what the heck? I'll record something else too. So, the topic of this is negativity and realism. And this topic popped into my head as I was going through my YouTube feed, just trying to figure out how I was going to reply to everybody who had left comments over like the last 6 months, because I'd gotten behind on basically just comments. I really try to interact with the people that follow me, and I don't like to leave comments just hanging there. If someone leaves a comment on my video, I really try to reply. Sometimes someone will leave like a whole wall of text, and I can't reply to everything, but that's kind of besides the point. The main topic is negativity. We talked a little bit about the John Cleese video on creativity recently, as my cuckoo clock goes off. I hate that thing. But the idea is that negativity kind of squashes creative thought. It shuts it down. You go from being from the open mode where you're creative and new thoughts can come in, to the closed mode where it's very hard to come up with new things, with creative things. So when someone's being negative, saying no, that's a quick way to shut down probably the things that you want at your table. So as a GM, you really need to try to be positive, not to be too negative, to go with the flow as much as possible, to try to work with others to see, what kind of solutions you can come up with cooperatively to solve problems that come up. And it's okay to take breaks. I know as a GM, I'm afraid to take breaks sometimes to talk to people or work things out, but yeah, try to work together and solve things. Again, sorry, I'm a little sick. So, with realism, however, there is that temptation to bring in more negativity, and the reason that is because it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like, if you're playing like a World War II historical game, you're going to want to try to have as much realism as possible. You're going to want to be gritty and grimy and dirty and talk about, trench illnesses and dirt, just mud and diseases and people dying and croaking, So it could be that would be a really rough campaign to run. But here's the thing, like, in these imagined spaces that we come up with, do we really need to be that realistic? That's a thought that's kind of been in my head, because at some point it almost feels like self-abuse. It feels like, why are we doing this to ourselves? We have this imagined space that we come up with. Why do we seek out that which is, it might be kind of harmful to us? Hey, everybody. So, like, for instance, I like dark, grim-dark even settings sometimes, and I gravitate towards those, probably because, I'm not the most, healthiest person when it comes to my mental stability. And I think, in a way, choosing settings like that kind of propagates my own, all these flaws that I have. So, I've been trying not to always go towards those settings, to try different things that are a little bit more upbeat, fantastical, weird. I've been trying to put a little bit more surrealness into my games and campaigns, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. I don't want to have chocolate sauce all over my chocolate icing all the time. I need to have some variety, and I really think that's actually healthier for me. So even though I gravitate towards realism and physics and these laws that govern our lives here, they don't really need to necessarily guide the lives of our characters. I think I need to be more flexible in the future on that aspect of things, to bend the rules a little bit, get a little matrixy, get a little bit of wushu kind of flair to things, to not be so negative, to agree that the rule of cool, I should do that more often. It doesn't always have to be no, and physics wouldn't let you do that. I don't know that I think it's bad for the hobby, Sophie, but I don't know. I don't even really know fully the thoughts I have on it. It's just kind of popped in my head. Am I going to try to be less realistic in my campaigns? I think I will, and that might sound strange to say, but I think I'm going more towards pulpiness and heroism and uplifting things at my table instead of grinding everyone down and the orcs win and failed doomed heroes. Even though I do like that, I think I have to do less of it just for my own well-being and my own sake. Um, we're spending so much time at the table interacting with others. Why can't we make it a little bit better, a little bit brighter? We have the ability to do so. Yes, we need conflict. Yes, we need challenges and antagonists. But do I need to make them so dark and twisted and just disgusting? I don't know. Every once in a while, yes. All the time, no. So try to turn down the grim darkness. Maybe not run the midnight setting so much. Don't try to focus on the aspects of like Tekkamol that are like slavery and sacrifice and demon worshipping and all that kind of stuff. Maybe try to just talk about exploration and survival or helping others to survive and more positive, fluffy kind of topics. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on realism in quotes? And like for instance, like Rollmaster's tagline for a long time was "Get real, play Rollmaster," and I think I bought into that for a long time, and yeah, I don't know, just some random unfocused thoughts before I go to bed. So, but yeah, tell me what you guys think about negativity, positivity, realism, fantasy, and everything in between. All right, I'll talk to you later.